Hello and welcome to this lesson on the very famous Christmas song Silent Night. We're going to play some tablature in this. It's a pretty easy tune and I'm going to show you the proper way of playing it, all of the notes. Also going to show you an easy version of it as well, so I hope you enjoy it. Okay, the first note is the third fret of the B string, and what I'm suggesting you do here is to put your second finger behind that third fret of the B string and obviously play the B string. It goes without saying that if you've got your finger on the B string, you want to hear that note, you do have to play the B string. So there's your first note, third fret of the B string, or 3B as we sometimes call it. And then the next note is the open little E string, back to that third fret of the B string. In this tune we count in three, so it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 and 3, so that's the timing. 1, 2 and 3, and then in the next bar you've got open B, and that's the only note that you play in that bar. So far after 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3. Same again. Now you might think, why don't you leave your finger on the third fret of the B? And you can probably hear the answer to that question straight away. The problem is, if you do leave your finger on the third fret of the B, so that you can come straight back to it after the open E, it does tend to sort of over-ring, doesn't it? Listen again. And pretty obviously that's not what we want. What I suggest you do is put your second finger behind the third fret of the B, play the B string, take your finger off, play the open E, put your finger back on, play the third fret of the B again, and down to open B. So the first 4 bars, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. And that's the first bank of tablature. Let's have a look at the second bank of tablature now. And we go up to the 5th fret. The big number 5 on that little E string means 5th fret. The tiny number 4 is finger 4, little finger. Okay, so little finger behind the 5th fret of the E string, and play the E string. Okay, that's your first note of the second bank of tablature, and you play that on beat 1, and you play it again on beat 3 of that bar. So you go 1, 2, 3. Just look at the counting on the top bank of tablature, and then look down, and you'll see how it lines up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Next note, second fret of the E string, first finger, so the big number is the fret, the little number is the finger. So far on that line, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then third fret of the little E string, finger 2, play it on beat 1 and beat 3. And then come over to the third fret of the B string, second finger. So that's second bank of tablature after 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now the third bank of tablature. This starts with an open little E string on beats 1 and 3, and then third fret of the little E string, finger 2, on the first beat of the next bar. Now the timing here is 1, 2 and 3. You know when you played that first bar and you went 1, 2 and 3, this is the same timing, 1, 2 and 3. So you've got third fret of the E string, second fret of the E string, and then open E string. So the timing is 1, 2 and 3, and then the next 2 bars are the same as the first 2 bars of the first line. 2 and 3. So let's have a listen to that third bank of tablature now. 2, 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. Next bank is the same. So that's what we call in the trade a freebie. Those 2 banks are exactly the same. Then we're on to the one but last bank of tablature, and it's 5th fret of the little E string, finger 1 notice. Now it's finger 1 because you want to get up to the 8th fret. Now you're going to go finger 1, 5th fret, play it again, and then up to the 8th fret with your little finger. See the sense in using your first finger there, so your little finger is ready for the 8th fret. Timing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 and 3. Now quite a tricky bit there. You've got the 8th fret on beat 1 of the second bar, and then you've got 1, 2 and 3. And you see I'm suggesting use your little finger on the 8th fret and on the 5th fret, so that sends your first finger down to the 2nd fret. 1, 2 and 3. So you've got from the beginning of that bank 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 and 3. So, and then you've got 3rd fret of the E and 7th fret of the E, and that's just one note in each bar, so they last 3 beats each. Let's have a listen to that whole of that one but last bank of tablature after 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And now the last bank of tablature, 3rd fret of the E string, 3rd fret of the B string, open B string. That's the first time in the tune that we've had the notes all on the beat. 1, 2, 3, and then one but last bar that you're going to play. 1, 2 and 3, same timing as the first bar. That 1, 2 and 3. The notes are 3rd fret of the B string, 1st fret of the B string, 2nd fret of the G string. That's the first time we play the G string, I think. And then you end on open G and let that ring for 2 bars. Notice there's nothing in the last bar because that open G is still ringing. So the last bank of tablature, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's play the whole tune for you now. After 3, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's Silent Night. That's the full version of it. So we're in the key of G major. It's not a great key to sing it in, it goes a bit low, but it's a lovely key to play it on the guitar.